The Krellian Empire had never lost a war in 10,000 years. But today, they surrendered in 5 minutes. Why? Because General Vex made one decision that changed everything. He hired a human. General Vex stood in his dark war room. Red lights flashed everywhere. Alarms screamed. His hands shook as he looked at the hologram map floating in front of him. The map showed his fleet. Half of his ships were gone. Destroyed. The enemy was winning. "General, we are losing," his advisor shouted. "We need more soldiers, more weapons, more ships." Other officers nodded. They looked scared. The Krellian Empire was falling. For the first time in history, they were losing a war. General Vex closed his eyes. He remembered something. A memory from 5 years ago. He had watched a video of a human fighting. One human against an entire army. That human won. Everyone called it impossible. But Vex saw it with his own eyes. He opened his eyes and spoke slowly. "No, I do not need more soldiers. I need one human mercenary." The room went silent. Then everyone started laughing. A human? One officer laughed so hard he held his stomach. "General, have you gone mad? Humans are weak. They are small. They die easily. We need warriors, not pets," another officer shouted. But General Vex did not laugh. His face was serious. "Cold, I have seen what one human can do. Trust me, one is enough to end this war." His advisor stepped closer. "General, even if you are right, where will you find this human? We have no time." Vex pulled out a small data chip from his pocket. He had kept it hidden for years. "I already know where he is. I have been tracking him. Send this message. Tell him we will pay anything. Tell him we need him now." The room stayed quiet. No one believed him, but they had no choice. They were losing. They were desperate. The message was sent into deep space. 3 hours later, a reply came back. Just 2 words. "I'm coming." General Vex smiled for the first time in weeks. But he did not tell anyone the truth. He did not tell them about the human secret. A secret that would shake the entire galaxy. A secret that would make the enemy wish they never started this war. Who is this mysterious human? What secret does he carry? The answer was about to arrive. 2 days passed. General Vex waited at the landing dock. His officers stood behind him. They whispered to each other. They still did not believe a human could save them. "This is a waste of time," one officer said quietly. "We are going to lose because of this stupid decision," another whispered. Suddenly, alarms beeped. A small spaceship appeared in the sky. It was old, rusty. It looked like it would break apart any second. The officers looked at each other and shook their heads. "This is our secret weapon?" Someone laughed. The ship landed with a loud bang. Smoke came out from its engines. The door opened slowly. Everyone waited, their eyes fixed on the doorway. Then he stepped out. A human man. He looked normal. Average height. Short brown hair. He wore a simple black jacket and old boots. In his right hand, he carried a cup of coffee. He was drinking it. Slowly, calmly, he looked around the landing dock like he was visiting a park, not a war zone. The officers stared in shock. This was their savior? This calm, coffee-drinking man? "This is a joke," an officer whispered to Vex. "General, please tell me this is a joke." But General Vex stepped forward. He bowed his head with respect. "You came. Thank you." The human took another sip of his coffee. His voice was calm and deep. "You said you would pay well. I need money for my vacation. So here I am." His name was Jack Morrison. He looked at the officers. They all looked scared and confused. Jack smiled a little. General Vex pulled up a hologram. It showed the enemy fleet. 50,000 warships. They were coming closer. They would attack in 12 hours. "This is what we face." Vex said, "Can you stop them?" Jack looked at the hologram. He studied it for exactly 5 seconds. Then he finished his coffee and crushed the cup in his hand. "When do we start?" Jack asked. Vex pointed at the screen. "They arrive at dawn. 50,000 ships. 10 million soldiers." Jack smiled, but it was not a friendly smile. It was a smile of someone who knew something others did not. "Is that all?" Jack said quietly. Jack smiled and said, "Is that all?" What was he planning? What power did he hide? The answer would terrify everyone. Dawn arrived. The enemy fleet appeared in the sky. 50,000 warships. They covered the entire horizon. Their weapons glowed red, ready to fire, ready to destroy. Inside the enemy command ship, Commander Zarek sat on his throne. He was huge, 8 feet tall, covered in black armor. His race had conquered 20 planets. They never lost. "Show me the enemy," Zarek commanded. A screen appeared in front of him. It showed General Vex's base. But then the camera zoomed in on something strange. One figure stood alone in the open field. No army behind him. No weapons in his hands. Just one man. Commander Zarek leaned forward. "What is that?" "It appears to be a human, Commander," his officer said. "A human?" Zarek's voice was confused. "One human? Is this a joke?" All the soldiers on the command ship started laughing. They pointed at the screen. They could not believe what they were seeing. Suddenly, Jack's voice came through their communication system. "Calm. Clear. I have a message for Commander Zarek." Zarek stopped laughing. "How did you access our private channel?" Jack ignored the question. "You have one chance. Turn your ships around. Leave this planet. Never come back." The entire command ship exploded with laughter. Soldiers hit their tables. They laughed so hard some fell from their chairs. Commander Zarek smiled. His teeth were sharp like knives. "Surrender now, human. We will make your death quick." Jack stood in the field below. Wind blew through his hair. He looked up at the 50,000 warships above him. His face showed no fear, no worry, nothing. "No," Jack said softly. "I am giving you a chance to leave. This is your only warning." Zarek's smile disappeared. His eyes filled with anger. "You dare threaten me? Attack him. I want to see this insect crushed." 100 warships moved forward, their weapons powered up. Bright lights filled the sky. They aimed everything at Jack. Jack stood still. He closed his eyes. He took a deep breath. The wind stopped blowing. Everything went silent. Then Jack opened his eyes. They were glowing bright blue. Commander Zarek's smile vanished. His face turned pale. What is he?" Jack's eyes glowed blue. The commander's confidence disappeared. What happens when a human shows his true power? The war was about to begin. Jack raised his right hand slowly. The air around him started to shake. The ground cracked beneath his feet. Energy swirled around his body like lightning. Then something impossible happened. The 100 warships that were moving toward him suddenly stopped, frozen in space. They could not move forward. They could not move backward. They just hung in the air like toys. "What is happening?" Commander Zarek shouted. "Why are we not moving?" His officers pressed buttons frantically. Nothing worked. The engines were dead. The weapons were offline. Everything stopped. Jack's voice echoed through every ship. Loud, clear, powerful. "I am not a normal human. I am what my people call enhanced. We are rare. We are hidden, but we exist." Back at the base, General Vex watched through his monitors. His mouth hung open. I knew humans were strong. But this? I never imagined this. Jack moved his hand down quickly, like swatting a fly. The 100 warships crushed instantly. Metal twisted. Ships folded like paper. Explosions lit up the sky. In 3 seconds, 100 warships became dust. Silence filled the galaxy. Commander Zarek stood up from his throne. His legs shook. "All ships. Fire everything. Kill him now." 49,900 warships turned their weapons toward Jack. The sky turned red from all the weapon lights. Every gun, every missile, every bomb, all aimed at one man. "Fire!" Zarek screamed. The galaxy exploded with light. Thousands of weapons fired at once. Missiles rained down like a storm. Lasers cut through the air. Bombs fell like rain. The entire planet shook. The explosions were so bright, nearby planets could see them. The attack lasted 30 seconds. When it stopped, Smoke covered everything. No one could see the ground. Commander Zarek breathed heavily. Is he dead? Tell me he is dead. His officer checked the scanners. His face went white. Commander, he is still there. The smoke cleared slowly. Jack stood in the same spot. His clothes were not even dirty. Not a single scratch on his body. He looked up at the warships above. His eyes glowed brighter now. And this time he looked angry. Jack survived everything. Now he was angry. What happens when an enhanced human stops holding back? The galaxy was about to find out. News spread across the galaxy like fire. Every planet, every space station, everyone was watching. Their screen showed one human standing against 50,000 warships. This is impossible. An alien leader whispered on his planet. Humans can do this. Another race watched in fear. Jack looked up at the sky. His voice was cold now. Angry. You had your chance to leave. Now you will see what humans can really do when you push us too far. His body lifted off the ground. He flew up into space. Blue energy surrounded him completely. He looked like a star. Bright, powerful, unstoppable. He moved, faster than light itself. 1 second he was on the ground. The next second he was between the warships, moving like lightning through a storm. Every ship he touched exploded. Metal broke. Fire spread. He moved through them like a knife through paper. Commander Zarek grabbed his communication device. His hands shook. All ships retreat. Retreat now. But it was too late. Jack moved faster. His power grew stronger. He raised both hands. A massive wave of energy shot out in all directions. 1,000 ships exploded at once. Emperor! Emperor! Zarek screamed into his device. We need help. He is destroying everything. On the enemy home planet, the Emperor watched the screen. His golden throne felt cold now. One human is doing this? This cannot be real. His advisor checked the reports. Sir, 3 minutes have passed. 25,000 warships destroyed. For minutes have passed. 40,000 warships destroyed. The Emperor's face turned pale. In his entire life, he never knew fear. But now, watching this human destroy his entire fleet alone, he felt it. True fear. Jack stopped moving. He floated in the middle of space, surrounded by burning metal. Destroyed ships everywhere. Only 10,000 warships remained. They did not move. They were too afraid. Jack's voice filled every remaining ship. Last chance. Leave now. Go back to your planet. Never attack this sector again, or none of you will survive. The Emperor stared at his screen. He had 2 choices now. Keep his pride and lose everything, or surrender and live. His hand moved toward the communication button. It shook. The Emperor had to choose. Pride or survival. His answer would change galactic history forever. This was the final moment. For minutes and 30 seconds had passed. Only 10,000 warships remained. They floated in space. Silent, waiting, afraid. The Emperor looked at his screen. He saw his mighty fleet burning, destroyed by one human. His empire ruled for 10,000 years. He conquered 20 planets. He never bowed to anyone. But today was different. His hand slammed the communication button. Stop. Stop everything. We surrender. Commander Zarek could not believe his ears. Emperor, did you say surrender? Yes. The Emperor's voice cracked. Power down all weapons. Retreat immediately. This war is over. Red lights turned off on every warship. Weapons went silent. The 10,000 ships started moving backward. Slowly, carefully. Jack stopped glowing. He floated in space. Arms crossed, watching them leave. Silent. Commander Zarek's voice came through weakly. Please, human, show mercy. What are you? Why are you so powerful? Jack's answer was calm now. Cold. I am a retired human soldier. I was on vacation, relaxing on a quiet planet. You woke me up. You brought war to innocent people. Big mistake. The galaxy went completely silent. Every planet watching could not speak, could not move. Back at the base, General Vex smiled wide. He looked at his officers. I told you all. One human is enough. The officers said nothing. They just stared at their screens in shock. News spread faster than light. The Krellian Empire surrendered in 5 minutes to one human. Every alien race heard it. Every government discussed it. On a distant planet, another empire leader watched the footage. His hands shook. If humans have more like him, we must never fight them. Never. Jack flew back down to the base. He landed softly in front of General Vex. The blue glow faded from his eyes. He looked normal again. Tired. Job finished, Jack said. Pay me. I want to go back to my vacation now. Vex transferred the money immediately. The galaxy will remember this day forever. Jack turned to walk back to his ship. He stopped and looked back. Good. Tell everyone. Humans do not want war. We want peace. But if you bring war to us, we end it. Fast. He entered his old, rusty ship. The engine started. The ship lifted off and disappeared into space. General Vex stood alone on the landing dock. He whispered to himself. One human changed everything. Across the galaxy, a new rule was written in every military handbook. 3 simple words. Never fight humans. The Krellian Empire fell in 5 minutes. They learned what the whole galaxy would soon understand. Never underestimate a human. Never. But somewhere in deep space, Jack Morrison landed on a quiet beach planet. He made himself another cup of coffee. He sat down and watched the sunset. He smiled. Nobody knew his full power yet. Nobody knew there were others like him. Hidden, waiting, protecting humanity from the shadows. And somewhere far away, another empire was making plans. Plans to attack Earth. They had not heard the news yet. That story was coming soon. Jack Morrison ended a war in 5 minutes. But what happens when someone attacks Earth directly? What will humanity do then? This story begins now. 5 months passed after Jack's victory. The galaxy was quiet, peaceful. Most empires learned their lesson. They stayed far away from human space. But not everyone heard the warning. In the Darkron sector, a massive empire was growing. The Vazran Empire. They were ruthless. Cool. They destroyed planets for fun. Their emperor was called Draxus the Destroyer. He had conquered 50 star systems in 10 years. Emperor Draxus sat in his war chamber. His body was covered in black scales. His eyes glowed red. He was 12 feet tall. Behind him stood his 5 generals. All of them looked like monsters from nightmares. Emperor, we need a new target, his chief general said. Our soldiers are getting restless. They want another war. Draxus smiled. His teeth were sharp like daggers. Show me the map. A hologram appeared. It showed the entire galaxy. Hundreds of planets glowed on the map, but one area caught Draxus's attention. A small blue planet. Alone. Unprotected. What is that planet? Draxus pointed with his long claw. It is called Earth Emperor, the general answered. Home planet of the humans. Another general laughed. Humans? Those weak creatures? I heard one of them defeated the Krellian fleet. Rumors and lies. Draxus said, Krellians were always weak. They lost because they were cowards, not because humans are strong. His chief general stepped forward. Emperor, perhaps we should be careful. The reports say this human had incredible power. Draxus stood up. His voice boomed like thunder. I do not fear bedtime stories. One lucky human does not make an entire race powerful. We will attack Earth. We will show the galaxy that Vazran Empire fears nothing. All the generals bowed. Yes, Emperor. Prepare the fleet, Draxus commanded. I want 1 million warships. I want 10 billion soldiers. We will not just defeat Earth. We will erase it from existence. The generals smiled. They were excited. War was coming. Far away on Earth, in a small apartment, Jack Morrison was sleeping. He did not know yet. He did not know that the biggest threat humanity ever faced was coming. In 7 days, the Vazran fleet would reach Earth. The galaxy was about to witness something it had never seen before. Not one angry human, but millions of them. 1 million warships are coming to Earth. Jack Morrison does not know yet. What happens when humanity faces total destruction? The answer starts here. 5 days before the attack, Earth's Defense Headquarters in Geneva received a strange signal. It came from deep space. The signal was strong, aggressive. Commander Sarah Chin sat at her desk. She was head of Earth Space Defense. Her screen beeped with an incoming message. She opened it. A hologram appeared. It showed Emperor Draxus. His red eyes stared directly at her. His voice was like grinding metal. Humans of Earth, I am Emperor Draxus of the Vazran Empire. In 5 days, my fleet will arrive at your planet. Sarah's heart dropped. She pressed the emergency button. Alarms rang throughout the building. Draxus continued speaking. You have 2 choices. Surrender now and become our slaves, or fight and watch your planet burn. We are bringing 1 million warships, 10 billion soldiers. Your small planet has no chance. Other officers ran into the room. They watched the hologram in horror. We have destroyed 50 civilizations, Draxus said with a smile. You will be number 51. Prepare to die, humans. The hologram disappeared. Silence filled the room. Nobody spoke. Nobody moved. Finally, Sarah's assistant whispered, 1 million warships? We only have 500 ships. How can we fight that? Sarah's hand shook. She picked up her phone. Give me the World Council. Now. And find Jack Morrison. Find him immediately. Across Earth, emergency meetings began. Every country. Every leader. Panic spread like wildfire. The news leaked to the public. People started leaving cities. Some ran to underground shelters. Others prayed. On the news channels, reporters spoke with fear in their voices. An alien empire is coming to destroy Earth. Military experts say we cannot win. Our defense fleet is too small, too weak. In his beach house, Jack Morrison woke up to his phone ringing. He ignored it. It rang again, and again. Finally, he answered. Jack, this is Commander Chun from Earth Defense. Sarah's voice was urgent. We need you. Now, a massive alien fleet is coming to destroy Earth. Jack sat up. His sleepy eyes suddenly became sharp. Alert. How many ships? 1 million. Jack was quiet for 3 seconds. Then he spoke. His voice was cold. Dangerous. Tell every human soldier prepare. Tell them to get ready. This empire just made the worst mistake in galactic history.